Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do a first impressions on Gantz by Hiroya Oku. I recently bought the 3-in-1 omnibus by Dark Horse. But there's quite a few volumes of the single editions that are out of print. So I wasn't going to bother trying to pick up single editions. There are like well over 30 volumes at this point, I believe, of Gantz. But so I figured when they announced this omnibus edition that I would just pick up the omnibus and see what it's about, because I had never read Gantz before. I did watch one of the live action films at some point years ago, but I don't really remember much of it. But it was always a title that really fascinated me that I just never got around to reading or watching the anime for. So anyway, I picked up Hiroya Oku's other work, Inuyashiki, and loved it, and figured I would try Gantz when they released this omnibus edition. So again, I've only read the first 3 volumes because that's all that's in this first omnibus, and it was okay. I think I would have liked this better years ago when I was a bit more immature, because at this point in my life, this was not satisfying enough, I think. This is a lot of nudity, a lot of gratuitous violence and sexual stuff, and which is fine. However, I don't think I'm in the mood for that at this point in my life. I think that Inuyashiki had a bit more of a kind of underlying theme to it, rather than this that just kind of feels like violence for the sake of it. That's not to say I did not enjoy this, because I did. I just don't think I was in the mood for it when I was reading it. And I definitely think I would have enjoyed this a million times better had I been younger, if I was a teenager or something. But I'm not. I like stuff that makes me think. I like stuff that's a bit more deep. And this just didn't really give it to me, at least in these first 3 volumes. Maybe it gets better, I'm not sure. It was enjoyable for what it was, but I think I had a bit higher of expectations than I should have, and I wish I had gone into it without expectations. I might have enjoyed it a bit better. I'm going to try and find some art that is YouTube friendly. There is a lot of violence, like a lot of violence. So here's some of the art. And Hiroya Oku's art is awesome. I really enjoy that. The characters look kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for what it is. I'm glad I bought this. I do have the second omnibus pre-ordered, so I will be getting that one. However, after that, I guess I'll see if I'll continue to buy this series or not. We'll see. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I wasn't super thrilled or impressed about it, and I really wish I had read this years ago when I initially had the inkling to do so. It's basically, if you don't know anything about Gantz, it's these 2 guys here who they die pretty much right at the beginning, and are sent to this room with this black orb thing that gives them instructions and some guns, some strange guns and outfits, and tell them to go fight like alien things. So basically they go and they fight these aliens, and then they get sent back to their normal lives. However, they get called upon to fight these aliens, and it's all these people who have died and get sent to this room. At this point, I obviously have no idea what the meaning behind this black orb is, the meaning behind fighting these aliens, why it's people that have died that are fighting the aliens. No idea. There's lots of questions, not a lot of answers. Obviously, it's a very long series, and this is only the first 3 volumes. But yeah, if it's something you've been interested in for a while and just haven't been able to get it because most of the singles are out of print, then sure, this is good. I mean, you're getting a 3-in-1 omnibus, which means the quality isn't excellent, but Dark Horse does a pretty decent job with binding these, so this doesn't feel like it's gonna, fall apart. But it is a very thick book, and it's not easy to read it in this format. However, for me, this is cheaper than trying to track down the singles, and it's a series I don't particularly care much about, so I wouldn't go and spend the money to track down the singles. But Yeah, it was something I've been interested in literally for years and just never got around to. I'm glad I got around to it, but I think I had too high of expectations for it, um, and I really wish I hadn't gone in with those expectations. I think Inuyashiki is better. I would recommend if I had to recommend something by Hiroya Oku, I would recommend picking up Inuyashiki before this, because I think it's just better. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Gantz. I'm sure that a lot of you have read or at least have heard of Gantz, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. Again, I enjoyed it for what it was, but I had too high of expectations because I could have enjoyed it more years ago if I had picked it up when I originally wanted to read it. But yeah, I am glad they're doing the 3-in-1s though for people who have wanted it and haven't had a chance to get it. But yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.